Hey everybody, this is Bill Heenan from the Bill Heenan Show. It's fresh off my 10-day trip snowboarding in Europe, and I'm pumped here today to go over the 2018 numbers that just came out last week. So stick around for episode 3. Welcome everybody, my name once again is Bill Heenan. This is the Bill Heenan Show, episode number 3. Just fresh back off my 10-day European trip. So grateful, 10 days in the Italian Dolomites and the city of Prague of the Czech Republic. An incredible vacation. I'm always very grateful and mindful to remember that what I do is what has given me that opportunity to do so. But while I was gone, a lot of good things have been taking place. Certainly the market is starting to pick up pace, leading its way into early spring market condition as a result of the weather being better and better than typical. No snow on the ground, no major snowstorms, so we are certainly getting an early start on that spring market. Another thing that happened while I was gone is the 2018 numbers came out, which were no surprise to me, but to most people they may be a little bit confusing if you tried to read them as someone who's not specializing in this business. And I think the first stat that I'd like to indulge into is if you look at 2018 and 2017, the single family stats, you'll see that there's actually been a reduction in single-family sales over the last year. At first glance, someone would say, "Oh boy, you know, what's that all about?" Well, what that is about is the beginnings of a seller's market. The market is starting to restrict. There's less good inventory out there. If you look at the average sales price, it went up almost over $15,000 from $256,000 to from $241,470 to $256,644, so about $14,000 or so. So that's a major increase in the average sales price, which really starts to cut people out of their ability to buy those entry-level homes. Thus, we start seeing a reduction in the single-family sales, how many units are actually selling. But what's also another good indication of an improving market, in my opinion, is what people end up doing is they end up looking for the alternatives. And the alternatives are in the multifamily units. It's interesting enough that the units went up from 332 to 364, almost a 10% increase in multifamily sales. Why is that? Because when people can't afford the entry-level homes, they ultimately end up turning to alternatives because they want to buy. They want to own their own home. And that multifamily gives them a little bit of income with the rental value in order to qualify for a mortgage that they otherwise would not be able to qualify for. So that's a great indication of an improving market like I talked about in our last episode. And then last but not least, another good indication is land sales, way up. Almost 15% over 2017. 228 units to 261 units in New London and Windham County. That is a great sign. That means people have confidence in what they see in the overall residential market, and they're buying land to build their own homes. We haven't seen these kind of numbers in many, many years. Land sales have been flat, and they're building in. That means builders are buying more lots. Homeowners are buying more lots to build their custom homes on. It's just an overall great indication of a seller, more and more of a seller's market. Like I said before, we're not in this high degree seller's market, but we're certainly in a market that favors a seller more and more, and we expect these conditions to improve more and more as we progress into 2018. So, and not to touch a little bit on what we talked about last week, the interest rates are still down. You know, I think the Feds came out yesterday, they decided not to increase the rates. So there's still a great opportunity for you, the new home buyer, or you, the resale home buyer, seller buying their next home, to get out there and capture a great rate on a 30-year mortgage. So once again, please, if you like what you're hearing here and you'd like to see more content or hear more content, please subscribe to us on the button on your right-hand side on your screen. And you can always visit us at www.billheenan.net. We're always here to help. Have a great day.